What is going on, beautiful folks? Lee Hammock, your favorite self-aware narcissist, here with another episode of Mornings with Lee Hammock. Today, we're going to be talking about age gap relationships with narcissists and toxic people. Age gap, good old age gap relationships. I know a lot of people asking me about this, to cover this topic and whatnot. I've covered it before, but I only covered it from one side of the spectrum. I was talking about how narcissists go for younger folks, but we're gonna talk about both sides of the spectrum, all sides of the spectrum today. Before we hop deep into today's episode, y'all, make sure if you haven't already to check out joining my support group. It's called the Mental Healers. Mental Healers. You can find more information and everything at mentalhealness.net. It's linked on the screen right here. Yes, y'all, narcissistic people, age gap relationships. So, are there a lot of narcissists out there that will only go for younger folks? There are a lot of narcissists, toxic people, abusive, manipulative people that love younger people. That is just a fact of the matter. That is just factual. Whoa, this video did horrible. Um, that is just factual factual information that I'm providing you right there. Some narcissists love younger folks because younger people are easier to manipulate in their minds. Yeah, is it true that you haven't had a lot of relationship experience at 18, 19, 20 years old? Yeah, probably. It's probably going to be true. Um, Talked to a younger lady this morning. She was said she met her narcissistic partner when she was 21 years old and he was 38. Oh, Lee, he was, wasn't really my type, but he was older. He had his life together, and I think older. I didn't. I was under the impression that older folks didn't play any games, and I had only dated younger guys but at that time, older person ruined her life. No, was doing horrible stuff to her, and convincing her that this horrible stuff that he was doing was her fault, and that she would understand when she got older. When you get my age, youngin, you're gonna see that the world change you. You're gonna change your point of view. It's gonna change your point of view. You're gonna understand that when you get my age, it's okay to cheat. It's okay to cheat. So it's okay to have babies outside of your relationship. So it's okay to disappear for weeks at a time and not talk to your wife. It's okay. You gonna understand that when I get old. Like marriage is a it's a tricky thing. You know what I mean? It's just you're gonna get it when you get my age. What? You see what I'm saying? Could an older person fall for that? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. An older person could absolutely fall for that. An older person could fall for that. You're younger and I can, that whole it's your fault type stuff, taking blame. Because I talk to people like that all the time, right? A lot of people take the blame for what their narcissistic partner has done to them, and it just happened. Age is not relevant in that situation right there because there are older folks out there. Think about this right here. There are people, when I say older, I mean in the 30s and 40s. I don't mean old, like 100. I'm just saying like in their 30s and 40s, maybe even in their 50s. Um, there are older folks, people who out of their 20s or late 20s, who don't have a lot of relationship experience. And what I mean by that is there are people out there who are, 29, 40, 49, 50, who've only been married to somebody or been in one long-term relationship for an extended, been in one long-term relationship or marriage for a very long time. And you don't know anybody outside of this person, right? You think this person that you've been with for this X amount of time this is how things are. So you get out here into the real world and start dating again, or you try to get married again. You meet a narcissist, you meet an abuser, you meet a manipulative person because you don't have a lot of relationship experience to go on. Even though you've been married for 20 years, like I said, this one person, this person, them. So this happens quite a bit in these spaces and trying to deal with that and whatnot. It really, really is one of those things that typically happens. Like I said, so some narcissists will pick and choose younger folks. You get the older, abusive, manipulative narcissist that goes for younger folks because they feel like you're malleable. You know, I can mold you into who I want you to be. You hear it a lot on these podcasts. They haven't had a lot of late relationship experience. They ain't been tainted by the world. They ain't been traumatized by another man or another woman when you're young and fresh. And but what people mean when they say that is like the person who's saying that type of stuff has been the person that's been out here traumatizing the people that are in their age group. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who've been traumatizing the men and women that they've dated. And now they say, oh, this person has too much baggage. You packed their bags. You loaded up the baggage. They have too much baggage. You loaded it up. You put a lot of stuff into the bag. You did that. That was on you. That's on you. Now you want to go to somebody younger so you can manipulate them because they don't understand what you're doing. It's insane. It's an insane, crazy ass mindset to have. But do a lot of people have that mindset? Or do a lot of abusive, manipulative people have that mindset? Yes, absolutely, yes. There are a lot out there that that do that. So I will say this as well, y'all. When you're dealing with a narcissist person, like I said, they do go for younger people, but there are narcissists that go for older folks as well. You know, there are narcissists who are only attracted to people that are older than them, and is could being malleable be a point of that. Yes, being malleable could have a point of that, but sometimes it's the resources that the older person provides. You know, the older person might have their life together and might have something that that narcissistic person wants. So they go for somebody older to take advantage of those resources, you know, to provide comfort to somebody who might be lonely or whatever. So if you're older, it don't mean you won't find a young narcissist. You mean? It don't mean you won't find a young, abusive, manipulative person. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean you're going to escape the toxicity just because you're older. You can find you can find a younger narcissist. Like, young people have trauma too. So you be out here in your 40s getting somebody that's in their 20s or 30s or whatever, and they be younger than you and they manipulate you. You see what I'm saying? They tell you this is how things. Remember what I tell y'all earlier, how when you grow up, when you get my age, you understand life changes, right? You understand when you're youngin', when you get my age, youngin', you gonna understand how life really look, right? But then you get into this space right here with you get into a space with narcissists, right? Where the opposite can be true for younger narcissists. They're like, oh, you don't understand today's culture. You know, like, you're a little older than me, so you don't understand today's culture. Like, people nowadays are more liberated, so cheating is not really cheating anymore. Like, cheating is such an outdated term. It's not really cheating. It's just plus ones theory. It's not cheating anymore. It's plus ones to the relationship. You know, they'll try to trick you into saying that you're outdated, like you don't understand today's stuff. Just like an older narcissist will try to trick a younger person into saying you don't understand how older people's minds work, or how but maturity is, how maturity works. They'll convince you that you don't understand. The young folks will convince you that you don't understand the young folks of today, which makes sense. Like I said, I have kids, I have young folks and things like that. Well, not young folks. I have a 16-year-old son, so he's a young folks. He's a young folk and whatnot. But that happens right there. That's the space that so many people fall into when you're dealing with narcissistic, toxic people. This is what so many people fall into. So I just feel like age gap relationships could be very common with narcissists and toxic people. Like, yeah, a narcissist can and will usually, if you're with a narcissist, right, and y'all about the same age, let's say you my age, I'm 39. You are 39, they're 39. And they're talking to somebody, they have a young person that's working with them now, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever it is. And they can use that young person to triangulate you, to make it seem like you're not doing enough, to make you feel like you're competing, and you make you work harder in a relationship for them. They'll tell you, oh, the young girl at work keeps giving me goo eyes, so I told her I'm just too old. I'm old enough to be your father. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Don't worry about it. I'm not going to do anything with her, babe. Blink, blink, blinkety, blinkety, blink. Y'all believe it if you want to, but they will try to use people against you, and they will try to make you feel insecure about your age, about how you might look, about your body shape, about things of that nature. They absolutely may try to do this type of stuff to you. So this is what you have to be careful of, y'all. I'm not going to ramble on about the age gap relationships because they are common in toxicity and common in toxic relationships and things like that. But you made it this far, you might as well hit that subscribe button. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? If you ain't subscribed, I don't want you here. And I'm just joking. I know everybody doesn't have an account, but if you have an account, hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. And I will see y'all later. Mental illness is out. Gotta find my stinger. Somebody make me some stinger. Email me a stinger. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.